What is up, guys? It is Mercules here, and I'm going to be showing off some Titanfall gameplay. I just now figured out how to actually capture and record footage from my Xbox One without using an HDMI capture card, so that is awesome. I'm going to be taking huge advantage of that. It means I'm ready for Destiny, and like I said, in the meantime, I'm going to be showing off some Titanfall gameplay. Since I've gotten my Xbox One, I actually haven't played any Halo at all. It's been all Titanfall, Battlefield 4, and Call of Duty Ghosts. And I actually got rid of Battlefield 4 because I didn't really like it when it first came out. It was pretty glitchy. It wasn't really that fun. Kind of regretting that I got rid of it now because I've actually found it to be a pretty fun game playing on my brother's PS4. But in the meantime, I'll just be telling you guys what I'm excited for with Destiny. I'm struggling to get up this wall right here. You can see in Titanfall. I actually do have to throw in a caveat, though. I hadn't played Titanfall in probably about 2 months when I got this gameplay. The deal was, and the same reason I didn't do commentaries all summer, is I was out of town for almost 2 months straight. I started things off, and I'm going to brag a little bit on my summer here because it was kind of awesome, but I started things off on a week-long scuba diving trip in the Cayman Islands, and then from there I had about a 2-3 day break, and then I went for a little over a month to Europe, and I actually backpacked around Europe for a month. I started off in Bordeaux, France, went through Madrid and Barcelona in Spain, did Nice again in the south of France by Monaco. I did Florence, Rome, Venice in Italy. Then I did Vienna in Austria, Munich and Berlin in Germany, Amsterdam and the Netherlands, Brussels and Belgium, and then I went back to Paris for the last 4 days of my trip. So I was backpacking the whole time, had a Eurail pass and everything. I went with my little brother and one of my friends who grew up in the neighborhood that I lived in, and it was an incredible experience to say the least. But moving on from that, as soon as I came back from that, I don't know if you guys remember, but I actually got my private pilot's license last year. I told you about that in one of my commentaries. And I flew with my dad in his airplane up to a little city in Wisconsin called Oshkosh, where they have the world's largest air show every single year. It's called Oshkosh, or EAA Air Venture. EAA stands for the Experimental Aircraft Association. And I went up there, and I stayed up there for about 6 days. And just flew, looked at airplanes, talked to people. I'm actually trying to get myself an airplane sometime soon. Don't know if I'm going to be able to, but I'm trying pretty hard. And so my entire summer was packed. And I got back. I had 1 week of summer left, and it was time to go back to work. So I'm back at work now. I'm teaching again this year. And I'm just glad to be back making videos on YouTube. I actually have some spare time now. I'm not working really too hard. I'm working to get a couple new ratings for my pilot's license, but it's not anything extra special. I do have a lot more spare time this year than I did last year, especially because I'm a second-year teacher, so I kind of know how things go, so I'm not quite so stressed out all the time. And let me tell you, when Destiny comes out, there will absolutely be some content on my channel about Destiny. I played the beta, and I don't think I've ever been that addicted to a beta before. The only thing that even came close was the Halo Reach beta, honestly. I was pretty obsessed with that beta. But bar none, the Destiny beta was the best beta I've ever played. And I know this sounds kind of ridiculous, but I'm having such bad withdrawals from the Destiny beta that I'm actually trying to use Titanfall as much as I can to substitute for the Destiny beta. Now, obviously, it's not the same thing because there's no PvE in Titanfall, and I can't really, do what I wanted to like I would in Destiny, like go and look for gear and walk around the open world. But the PvP multiplayer I have found is much more similar to Destiny than something like Call of Duty Ghosts. Based on the fact that I played a Hunter in the Destiny beta, which I loved. Hunters are incredible. I also think the Warlock is pretty badass as well, but not a particularly huge fan of the Titan, to be honest. Maybe it's just because it's more my playstyle, but not really a huge fan of the Titan. Don't really like their jump ability. I like the Hunter's jump ability, that double jump, much more. Don't really like the little, like jetpack thing that the Titan has, but that's just me. Also don't really particularly like their super. I like the Hunters and the Warlocks much more. But I was playing as the Hunter, and because they can double jump, and the pilots in Titanfall can double jump, I've been trying to make the weapons match up as best I can with how I thought they felt in Destiny, and I have been kind of crazily trying to play Destiny in Titanfall. It's not working out great, but it's better than nothing until September 9th. Speaking of Titanfall, I don't think I've talked too much about this since I've been back on my channel, but I actually really like Titanfall. I think it's a good game. Obviously, I think that they should have, put a lot more into it other than just like 8 multiplayer maps and no campaign to speak of. And There's a lot of stuff that Titanfall is just really lacking, but considering the fact that it was made by what's a relatively small company by AAA standards, and it was really, you know, a game that is a new IP, and most of the time new IPs kind of struggle a little bit. I think Titanfall did really, really well for itself. I've been very proud of the game. It's obviously, it doesn't have that longevity like some other games do. It's not quite got the intricacy or the depth, but it's an extremely fun game to me. I actually like it significantly more than I like Call of Duty Ghosts, which I've gotten unbelievably upset with. I think Call of Duty Ghosts is the worst in the series ever, honestly. I don't think they've ever made a game as bad as Call of Duty Ghosts, but I still try to play it. I struggle along with it. I try to do as best I can with it, but I'm just really not I'm really not enjoying Call of Duty Ghosts that much. So it's been a struggle for me to even try to keep playing it. But you know, I'll see if I can get a Call of Duty Ghosts gameplay up in here for y'all as well. I'll have some more Titanfall gameplay. I'm trying to record just every game that I play, and hopefully I'll get a few good games. I think this game I actually like 48 AI kills and a dozen or 13 human kills, which is not that great on the human kills, but that's, you know, a lot of AI kills. My score is very high. I had a score over 100 in attrition, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, so like Titanfall, don't particularly like Call of Duty Ghosts, but then again, I've never been a huge Call of Duty fan. Unbelievably excited for Destiny. When I get Destiny, I'm actually going to do a video. It's a shame I don't have any Destiny gameplay. I really wish I knew that I could capture stuff before, so I could have captured some of my beta gameplay in Destiny, and I would have uploaded a bunch of commentaries on that. I'm kind of upset that I missed out on that. But I'm actually going to do a commentary, probably with some Titanfall gameplay, about the classes that I think are looking like the best classes in Destiny. And what I mean by that is, because I don't particularly like the Titan, I'm probably not going to go over too much Titan stuff, but the Warlock and Hunter, there's a couple of different subclass options that I'm sure you guys know about. There's Voidwalker and Sunsinger for Warlock, and then there's Gunslinger and Blade Dancer for Hunter. And I've actually done a lot of research on the classes, the subclasses, and the options that you get with those. And I'm going to go over what I think the best possible options are to play with those. I had a huge post written out on the Destiny forums about it, but it's just way too much to read, so I'd much rather like to talk about it. I'm going to actually try to get some gameplay to go over with that later tonight. And I really can't impress how excited I am about this game. I mean, that beta sold me as day one, pretty much midnight release buy for that game. So I will be there buying that game, trying to play it. I can't wait. If any of you guys don't have an Xbox One or a PS4, and I'm going to be honest here, and this kills me to say it, I would go with the PS4 for Destiny. I would go with the PS4 over the Xbox One, honestly, for a Destiny experience. I think the PS4 is going to give you higher quality. Now, if you're like me, I don't like the DualShock 4 controllers. I like the Xbox One controllers a lot more. So FPSs for me almost have to be played on Xbox. And plus, let's be real, guys, the Master Chief Collection is coming out. There's no way I wasn't going to get the Master Chief Collection. That was going to happen forever and always, so I had to go with an Xbox One. But my brother does have a PS4, and I'll be honest, I like it. I prefer it unbelievably more so than I prefer the PS3. And I just have to say, if you're still on the fence, I would absolutely get a next-gen console. Even if you don't get PS4, get an Xbox One, get something. Get a next-gen console. You absolutely need to. Everybody needs to be enjoying Destiny on that new, shiny 1080p, 30 frames per second, delightful next-gen playability. I hope to see a bunch of you guys on Destiny. I'm not sure how many of my subs are still active, but if you are, give me a shout-out in the comments. If you have an Xbox One gamer tag, let me know. Besides that, guys, I hope you enjoyed this commentary. This has been my first Destiny commentary, or Titanfall commentary. I really hope you guys liked it. There'll be a lot more to come, and I'm glad to be back on my channel again, even though I said that like 3 times now. But I am actually really glad to be back this time, and I'll see you guys later.